Traditions never die. Talking Stitt. Oh yeah.
What's up, Stitt-Heads? We're back. I took a week off. I took a little mini vacation with the kids last weekend and actually guest hosted Welcome to the Foxhole that previous Friday. So I uploaded that episode for you guys just to keep that algorithm going. But it was a fun conversation. But back to Talking Stitt, man. Me and this guy today, we've been keeping in touch for quite a while, and then he's busy as hell with his new priorities with his new podcast. And it's cool that we finally synced up and got a time laid down. Welcome to Talking Stitt, Joe Hodgdon. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? It's been a while. What did we say? About a year, I think. The last time you were actually our very last show we did on my last show, so it was last August, I think. So
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah,
A lot of
it's been
changes
a while.
since then. What have you been up to lately besides working and doing this on the side?
Oh, dude, just summertime kicking in, man. Finally, it's like getting hot and the kids wanting to play outside and pool and shit all the time. So I'm like, all right,
It's gotta be. So you're down in Oklahoma, so it's gotta be pretty fucking humid down there, huh?
Oh yeah, it's just the past couple of days it finally hit basically 100 or more on the heat index. So we're in it, but
Ugh.
we lucked out the last couple of weeks. Everybody was complaining about rain, but I'm like, y'all shut the fuck up because it's like 75 in the middle of June. Like I'll take the rain right now without the
Oh,
humidity.
yeah.
But anywho,
Yeah,
man,
we don't get a whole lot of humidity up here, but it has been weirder this year. But no, I
that's
saw
what I
you.
was gonna say. Somebody's controlling our freaking weather right now.
Seems like it, huh? No, I saw you
Right.
stopped. You stepped away from your band though too. You're not playing bass anymore.
Well, I mean, I still play at home and everything, but I just, my wife's work is busy. I'm busy, dude. I got 3 kids and schedules and whatnot, and I just couldn't stay as focused or concentrated as I needed to be.
You're juggling a lot of shit, especially with the kids. That's a side job as it is.
Right, exactly. Well, dude, man, like what's been grinding your gears lately? Anything you want to jump off with? I mean, I could go anywhere, but what have you been thinking? Like, what's going on in the world right now? We got Iran shit, we got Pride Month's over, and most people didn't even know what happened. We got black and white race relations going on. We got Thomas Massey getting primaried, like crazy times.
Dude. So yeah, it is funny. The Pride Month thing seemed to kind of go by the wayside this year. I mean, it I guess it makes sense because you get a Republican president in there, and it seems to shift things like that. But Pride was a huge thing during like all of Biden's years. It was just, I mean, you remember the ridiculousness of all the pictures coming out with dude wearing dildos all over his body, and there's kids walking around. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that seems to be at least. It's hard to tell if it's actually lessened or if it's just that's how it's portrayed on the media, because they curate what we see. So it's like I don't know, but the Iran thing is luckily with doing Mysterious Universe now, I can pretty much check out of all of that, which is nice, but it still gets shoved down your throat because you're on social media. It gets shoveled to you anyway. But the last thing I saw is that there was a peace deal or a memorandum of understanding or whatever the fuck they called it, and then from what I could tell, last day or two we were hitting Iran again. So it like lasted like a day or something. I don't know. It's hard to keep up on and hard to even know what's actually true and what's really going on because I'm not over there. I don't know what the fuck's
Yeah, it's like the
on.
Wayne's World hockey scene. Game on, car. Game on, car. It's like we won for 27 times in a row, but the game's back on. But we won again 29 now. You're like, well, what the hell is it, man? Like, and then we're
like
told the
300
mainstream
billion
media is
to
fake,
Iran,
anyways.
like-
So if the mainstream
Yeah.
media is telling you we're winning the war, but we just went the last 10 years telling you the mainstream media is fake, then which is it?
Yeah. No, and it's from who JP Sears is?
Oh yeah,
The comedian, yeah, long-haired
he's funny as
dude,
hell.
fucking hilarious. Now he did a little sketch about it, and he's like, okay, so the Strait of Hormuz is open, great. It was before the war. He's like, well, yeah, but and he's playing a guy talking to himself, and he's like, yeah, but we pay Iran $300 billion or whatever. And he's like, okay, so it's open again, but now we have to pay them, even though before that we didn't pay him and it was open. And then you see Trump coming out saying that, I think you might have posted a meme about that. I get a lot of my news from your memes, actually. But, he said something about how record 19 million barrels of oil came through the Strait of Hormuz. Even before the war, though, on average it was like 20-30 million per day that were going
Right.
through. So even the framing of it, we're winning because this is happening now, even though it was better before all of this. And it obviously, I mean, if you look at things like the crazy conspiracy tinfoil hat people that we are, it's obviously a proxy war for Israel. But
Mm-hmm.
you can't say that because then it's anti-Semitic because they're our greatest ally
Oy
and they're
vey.
the chosen ones.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing
yeah, I
about
don't
it
know.
is like, do you want to, I mean, like Tripoli talks about, like just no more protected classes, dude. Like it doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't, it's like, what are that old fucking Backstreet Boys song or whatever? As long as you love me, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you did. Like everybody's got a past. Everybody's got some atrocities in their histories that happened to them or they did to somebody else. So this victimhood status doesn't matter who it is anymore. We're just calling out when the bullshit meter is going off. It doesn't matter who's
Right.
doing the bullshit. We're just saying, hey, this smells. What is this? And then you're like, well, you
Yeah.
can't call out that. Well, why
No,
not?
it drives me nuts that's come back in the vernacular. We have to fight against, anti-Semitism. It's like I'm not. I said this to Chris Matthew the other day on his show. I'm like, it. Do your ha ha ha. Wear your hats. Do what I don't care about that. Stop bombing people. That's
Yeah.
it. Like it has nothing to do with your ethnicity or your religion. Just don't do that. That's all. Is that too
Well,
much to ask?
and Trump is even kind of doing a weird heel turn right now against Netanyahu, which is interesting because he kind of like pissed off most of his base when he did this thing, but then he gained the never Trumpers like Levin and Shapiro. But
Yeah.
now that he's kind of like telling Netanyahu to back off and they don't know what they're doing and that you don't have to bomb every apartment building because there's one guy in there, like now they're turning on Trump. So he's losing everybody. He's in this like shitstorm situation. And it's just kind of like, dude, they've got their backs to the wall because if the war is over on any of those multiple fronts, then Netanyahu's wanted for, prison for multiple countries around the world.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's just this weird game of like, how far are they going to keep pushing to
I
cover it
didn't
up?
see this happening with so many people basically turning on Trump after like everybody, especially the MAGA, group, were so we have to get him back in. We're so sick of Biden, and it does this dialectic every 4 years anyway. It's just at this weird fever pitch, because of the times we live in. But I didn't see that happening. I mean, when Trump first got elected out the gate, he was doing all kinds of crazy shit, like you'd expect. But with Doge and Elon and all these weird
Right.
things. But then all of a sudden, it takes this hard turn, and he's doing the Stargate project, and he's implementing this like technocratic nightmare, and it just keeps going. And the craziest shit is that if all these things that he's been doing, if it was Kamala that won and was doing all this, the right would be having an absolute fucking meltdown. But since Trump's doing it, it's okay that we're having Palantir and all this AI, surveillance, flock cameras, all this stuff. That's fine because it's under Trump. But it seems like they forget that in the next couple of years, when inevitably a Democrat will get in, then they're going to be pissed about mass surveillance because it's insane to watch. I feel like I'm going
Yeah.
crazy half the time, but then I talk to people like you, and I'm like, no, you see it too. Okay, awesome. Because
That's the funny thing
what's
about it
happening?
is like a lot of these things, even with like COVID, we look at, Biden for lockdowns and whatever. Like, actually, a lot of those lockdowns and a lot of the warp speed and all those things happened under Trump. And it's not just to pick on Trump. I'm making a point of like what you just said, where you're going to look back in time and go like, oh, the Biden era of COVID. And you're like, yeah, but half those first things happened during Trump, just like what's going on now. The
Oh
Democrats going
yeah,
to come into office, but the things that are being put in now, you're going to try to blame on the new guy coming in. But you're like,
yeah.
come on, guys. Do you not see the picture yet? They don't care about you.
I mean, I know everybody's sick of the COVID shit, and there's still people out there wearing masks and whatnot. And do your thing, boo, whatever. But I thought it was funny. I mean, we saw this back in 2020. So Trump was president when COVID got introduced, I guess we'll say. Um, as soon as they started talking about getting a vaccine for it, you have all the liberals and everything saying, "I'm never taking a Trump vaccine.
Yep, the
It's not
Trump
going to happen."
vaccine.
Soon as Biden gets in and they start pushing it, no, you get a donut or a cheeseburger and fries or lottery ticket, whatever they were offering for it. Then all of a sudden it did a 180, and now you have all the liberals going, "You have to take it," and they got all super fascist, ironically, about it. You have to take it, or you're going to kill
Mm-hmm.
grandma. And it's like, this is the same vaccine, right? They just because a new president got in doesn't make it a different thing, but now you're pushing it because a Democrat's president. It makes no fucking. Both sides do this. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, like that one
They
you
just
posted
pass
the
the
other
buck
day.
to
Of
the
like,
next guy. Yeah.
yeah, you rip on Trump or the Republicans, and all of a sudden the liberals think you're one of them, and it's like, ooh, no, gross. And it happens the same way if you rip on Biden, then the MAGAs are like, oh, sweet, it's like, no, ew, gross. I'm not
Like,
that
no, I'm
either.
not on your side. It's like Snake Plissken on Escape from New York. Fuck your war and
Yeah.
fuck your president.
And people get super mad about that too. Oh, you fence sitter, you centrist. It's like, is there any other way to be? If you look at both sides, it's retarded.
Yeah,
Like,
we're the common sense people in the
both sides are retarded.
conversation.
And we used to mention this a lot on my last show, but it seems like most people, at least in my daily life, are way more in that central bracket, and it's just the real extreme fringes on both sides, the 2% or something that
Yeah.
just have the loudest voices. Those are the ones that you see videos of all the time. The meltdown people, and
Yeah,
then
yeah. The
the
small
super
minutia.
MAGA. You don't see that typically, especially where I live, ever in real life. It's all through your phone. That's the only time I ever see it, or your TV, whatever.
False
don't-
reality.
Yeah, you go out and like your average day, going to the store, doing whatever. Everyone's pretty fucking chill. Like it's crazy. Like the world that we're shown, that all these protests and all that. And yeah, sure, of course it happens, but this especially the race war thing between I mean, primarily blacks and whites, they try to make it seem like there's this huge tension, and I'm like, I don't see that ever in my personal life. I guess I live in a specific part of California, but it's not something I experience or have ever experienced anywhere I've ever gone. You don't have that happening.
It's an age-old argument. They can always, rile up, and it's always interesting that it's usually in election years whenever they do it. So you got midterms, or whether it was like George Floyd and all that stuff, that was during 2020, during an election year,
Summer of love.
They bring all that stuff up to bring the hatred and to get the voters to pick one side or the other instead of doing what we're talking about, rationally thinking and seeing between. Hey, brother, I'm on call for work. Can I pause this recording real fast and just check this message real fast? Okay, I'll just pause it right here. 1 sec. All right, sorry, Stitt-Heads, we're back. I'm on call with work, so I got to deal with that sometimes. But anywho, man, where we left off, we were kind of alluding to the fake news and a lot of black and white relations going on right now, leading into, election years, coincidentally, as usual. So what do you think? Is it all manufactured outrage, or is there really some fatigue going on?
Well, I mean, there's real tensions between every group. Obviously, they just kind of capitalize on it and try to blow it up into something that it isn't. And I know a lot of people have realized too that they're doing the same thing with men and women, trying to pit, and that's kind of old, but pitting, wives against husbands or vice versa, or just any kind of like difference or divide that there can be is exploited, because divide and conquer. I mean, you get everybody fighting with each other, and then they don't look where they should be looking, which is the people that are causing all this in the first place. But yeah, you mentioned the Carmelo Anthony thing, and I hadn't been following that very much, but I did see that he got found guilty of it, and there was a big old uprising about that because it was clearly self-defense, obviously.
He fell onto the knife.
Right. And the one video I saw was from super far away, and I saw some comments that are like, dude, everybody, especially teenagers, are constantly recording, especially when there's something like that happening. There's got to be better footage, and maybe there is, and I just haven't seen it, but there's got to be way better. I mean, we had great footage of Charlie Kirk damn near getting his head blown off, right? So
yeah.
We
immediately.
Immediately. Everywhere.
Yes.
Immediately everywhere. Yeah. So there should be some better footage, but obviously whatever evidence they had was enough to say, no, you're guilty of fucking murder. So it's not for me to say whether he is or not. I don't know the fucking details of the case. And that's the thing that's annoying, is that you get people out there raging on one side or the other, and it's like, dude, were you in the jury room? You don't have all the facts. You have the facts that were given through the media, but you don't have what actually happened, and maybe even the jurors don't. Who fucking knows? But
one interesting
did
thing
you know
I
any
saw,
more details about that?
Well, I've been kind of following it since it actually happened. Like whenever it originally happened, just I'd see it here and there, and I'd still kind of keep up with updates on it. But when
Yeah.
those security videos came out just recently, like they came out like a couple weeks ago, and this story is like 9 months old or whatever at this point, somewhere in that ballpark. So
Yeah.
my initial thing was, yeah, there wasn't as much close up video as you would expect there to be, but you could see outside the tent, and you couldn't really see what was going on necessarily inside the tent. But for that innocent victim mentality they tried to go for, that son of a bitch hauled ass and did not stop running. Like the video kept going and he kept going on video.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just kept running, and like that should have blown the innocent. I mean, yeah, we already know the case is over now, but that to
Yeah.
me blew the innocent, argument right out of the water.
Exactly. Like if I'm having a spat with somebody and he falls on my knife right in the chest, like the last thing I'm gonna do is run, because that immediately goes, oh, you're guilty of something. If it was an accident, you'd be there trying to fucking help him.
He was running like Forrest Gump, dude. He just took
Yeah.
off and he just didn't stop. I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, I didn't see inside the tent, but shit, if I was
Well-
a judge, I'd be like, that's not looking good in your case, dude.
Well, the other thing too is that they're saying, oh, it was self-defense, and it's like, okay, was he coming at you with a knife or a gun or something? Because in that case, sure. But if he's coming at you empty-handed and they're having an argument, and then he falls on your, like, why'd you have a knife in the first place? What were you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of other things around it too, like all the money they made from the GoFundMe or whatever, and just it's a weird one, and it does seem kind of like it's the opposite of the George Floyd thing. It's like he gets found guilty, but it's because he's black and the system is broken, and it's like, or he killed somebody. Take the race thing out of it. Like, if you're looking at it just based on the facts of the case and he's guilty, it doesn't matter what the fuck color he is. Like, but that's the tactic though, is that because he's a certain color, then they're like, awesome, we can stir some shit up. And it works every time. And everybody got stirred up about it.
Even outside the courthouse, you had the people that were getting interviewed, and they always interview the dumbest retards on the planet because they know what they're doing. It's not because they just grab the first person willing to do it. They're like, no, this is going to look great and this is going to cause division. So you get the loudmouth Shaniqua or whoever screaming that it don't matter what that verdict is, we're going to stand with him because the color of his skin. And they're literally saying this on video. And you're like, okay, so if there's video evidence or if there's firsthand testimonies, it doesn't matter because he's black.
And I heard another one where she was basically like, I'm going to kill white people or whatever. And it's like, why? What is, like, was I on the jury? Was I any, like, what is that? Now but you can't call that racist though, because it's, they can't be racist because the definition of racism has changed. If you look back in the original definition of racism, it's discrimination or, whatever, based on the color of somebody's skin. That actually got changed relatively recently to basically racism is this systemic thing based on people who are generally in power against other people who are not in power. It's like,
so they're making it like a classism kind of thing now.
Right, that's classism, not racism. No, it's just, I mean, that's just the newest case, and the 24-hour news cycle is going to go away and everyone's going to forget about it anyway. But well, I guess they haven't really forgotten about George Floyd. That's still kind of something that gets brought up, but
that's their 9/11. That's their 9/11. Never forget.
So I know you got to go here in a minute, but I wanted to get your thoughts on the newest, like, Charlie Kirk stuff coming out. And I'm not big on watching like Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson. I see clips of them. People send me stuff all the time, but she apparently has this new thing where it was the microphone that he was wearing. It was something strapped to his body. And all I can say is I really don't think that he got shot by a 30-06 round.
Yeah,
there was no blood. Dude, have you seen the video or the pictures of them like hauling him into the van to take him to the hospital? There would be a trail of blood. There'd be blood all over the fucking place based on the video.
Based on the video of the rate
God
of the
I never
downpour.
saw.
Yeah.
You
never saw it?
Nope, I refused to. Everyone was trying to send it to me, and by that time it was like blurred. It's like sensitive content or whatever. I'm like, no, I don't need to see that. I have the mental picture. I've literally never. I've seen right before, right as his shirt's doing that weird thing, and that's about it. And
I saw the zoomed in
videos of them
version, and I
dragging
wish
him
I
out.
never saw it. It's like it's
Nah.
just one of those, like, it's stuck in my head now.
There's some
Like, I
things
can
you
never
can't
unsee
unsee.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
My thoughts, man. I don't
learned that
know.
from Rotten.com back in the 90s.
Yes,
I learned there's some
exactly.
things you can't unsee.
Yeah, that's the same kind of thing. You're like, once it's there, it just stamped into your memory forever. And I don't know the truth on the Charlie thing. Like I listen to Candace once in a while. I listen to Tucker more than Candace. Nothing against Candace, but she just kind of like goes too deep dives on per episode sometimes. I'm like, give me a couple fucking subjects to jump in on.
Yeah.
I'll listen to Stu Peters though. He's done a great fucking breakdown on this whole thing since day one. And he's been screaming the microphone deal for a long time. Me,
Yeah.
I understand microphones and you could probably hide a fucking little explosive in there possibly anyways. I mean,
Well,
so
I mean, they did
I
that
don't
with the
rule it out, but
pagers,
I
right?
definitely know it's not a 30-06. I know it's not Tyler Robinson. I know the story is not what the story is, but I
Right.
don't know yet. I mean, are you thinking it's the microphone or what's your thought?
So everybody gets into the details of like what actually killed him. There's some people that think he didn't actually die and it was a hologram or it was staged and it was a, what do they call him, a squib or whatever, the fake blood, whatever. Uh, I obviously I don't know any of that. Apparently the doctor who pronounced him dead or he was taken into was hired like a week before that. Like there's so many other weird things
Yeah.
around it that I just know that whatever the official story is bullshit. It's like anything else. It's like I don't know what the truth is. I just know what we're told is not
They turned it
the
into
full
a modern
parts of it
9/11.
might be.
There's parts
Yeah.
of it everywhere that are true and parts of it everywhere that are bullshit. So it's like 9/11 where they got us
Yeah.
all pigeonholed into certain categories, arguing that the other guy is wrong. But it's almost
Yeah.
like religions where like, no, actually, we're all kind of right in a lot of ways. If we come together, we might actually solve the case because everybody wants to blame this or blame that or blame that. You're like, maybe it's all of them. So it's our
Yeah.
new 9/11 right now where it keeps people arguing forever and we'll never get an answer.
Well, it's a little bit from column A, B, C, D. Yeah. And the fact that they immediately paved over a crime scene
Mhm.
and just like wrapped it up. They're like, nope, we know who did it. We know how he died. It's over, done. He's just dead now. It's like, no, the FBI should be looking into this a lot more unless they're, part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's way too many little things. And you could do several shows just on that and bringing all the weird points of it. But I always overgeneralize and just I'm like whatever we're told happened is not the full truth. That seems obvious to me.
100%.
Like
That's where I am. Yeah.
that's the bare minimum of what I think about it. It's not the full story. It's definitely then you get the extra cherry on top of Erica Kirk coming out and doing this WWE fucking fireworks and
Yeah, looking like Paul
and it's
Stanley
like,
from Kiss. Sparkle
like
pants.
wow, you seem like you're really really grieving hard, aren't you? And then her creepy eyes and shit, like, oh my god, what is going on?
Dude, she's kind of this weird, like new Kenneth Copeland. And it's funny. I mean, like just the looks when you see like just the eyes and the craziness. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
funny that like in a weird way, if we're to go back to what Charlie was saying in the first place on a lot of his things, that okay, people say it's chauvinistic or whatever. Women maybe shouldn't be CEOs. Maybe women should work, be at home and raise the children and the blah blah blah. And then immediately, like right after he dies, she's like, everything Charlie stood for, I'm gonna stand for. And you're like, hey, but that kind of contradicts what he stood for is you to stand in that place. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get what I'm saying? It's kind of
yeah, oh,
weird.
yeah.
That's
No,
why nobody's really buying her. It seems weird and fake.
and the weirder thing too is that I didn't really know the name Charlie Kirk before he got shot. I'd seen clips. I mean, it was all over the place. Him, debating people, and I thought of him as like another Alex Stein, a little more measured, I guess, than Alex is. But it was it was all over the place so instantly. That's another red flag to me is whenever something like that is shoved down your throat, and this person that I personally hadn't really followed or paid attention to, all of a sudden it's everywhere and everybody's seen the video, and it's a video that normally would get flagged immediately for, gross
Bingo.
content. Like, but it was allowed, not only allowed, it was pushed in the algorithm. And I know that a lot of that has to do with the algorithm itself. It's like, oh, a lot of people are talking about and engaging with this, so we're going to push it because that's how social media works. But
just like
the fact
9/11,
that
they
it
made you
wasn't
see that
censored
crash. They made you see that shot of Charlie over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was another weird one too, because I immediately got on I saw it. I was at work actually on my lunch break when it happened, and nobody even knew if he was dead yet. They just knew he got shot, and it didn't look good or whatever. And I'm texting a couple friends about it, and they're like, "Charlie who?" Right? Like it's this dude that like debates people. I don't know, but apparently he got shot. It's like I have a feeling this is gonna be a big story because it's all over the place. Here we are, coming up on a year later, and people are still trying to dissect all of it, and it unfortunately, and not to be blackpilled about it, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't think we'll ever fully know what happened unless something real crazy happens. But I'm still in that kind of negative Nancy hashtag nothing ever happens because it fucking seems like it doesn't.
Yes,
Like
100%,
I'm still
dude.
doing the same thing nothing ever really changes. We
Yeah.
just get fed new stories and then you're like, all right, wait till tomorrow, another one will come out. Great.
I mean, think of some of these things right here, and then also just in recent times, a few of these situations, between Trump being in office, and I'm not just throwing it all on Trump, and I know the FBI is probably different then than it is now in this new
Oh yeah.
administration versus last, obviously, but I'm just saying, we still don't know the answers to the Las Vegas shooting. We don't know, the San Bernardino shooting or whatever the hell that one was. That one, the story changed like 5 times in a week or whatever. We
Yeah.
don't know shit about, the COVID stuff. We don't know crap about Trump's assassination attempts. We don't know the answers to Charlie Kirk. We don't know the answers to 9/11 25 years later. We don't know the answers to JFK 60 years later. There's just some things that sucks that we're just never gonna know the answer. So I'm with you on the black pill, where it's like the black pill sometimes is reality. The reality.
Yeah.
Don't live on the hopium. I mean, I hate to say it, but the reality of like, man, you can dig into these subjects for 10,000 hours. We're still never
Yeah.
gonna know. It sucks.
I know. And it doesn't, I mean, I still think people should look into these things if you feel so inclined. I mean, otherwise we're just going to have to go along with whatever we're told and just, okay, I guess that is what it is. But a lot where it's not black pilled is that, yeah, when you look at this stuff, it seems like it. But if you could just do your life and go about your everyday, take care of your kids, go, work, all that stuff, it's pretty easy to ignore it all, especially if you put your fucking phone down for an hour,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had to do that too. Working from home now, I'm like, man, I spend way too much time in front of screens. So I got to put it down, take the dog outside, go walk around in the yard or the garden, and just kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, do that for an hour. It's great. All of a sudden you're like, oh wow, life's pretty cool actually. But you're so force fed all this shit. As soon as you open Instagram or Facebook, it's like, oh, here we go again, a big downer. And the thing I've noticed a lot lately too is comment sections, dude. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Find a cool video of anything, go to the comments, you're going to find an argument between people. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a cat. It could be a log. It doesn't matter. People are like, oh, that's fake. It's AI. And then you get people arguing about that. That's the new thing too. I don't know how much time you got left, but the
I got
AI
about 2
thing
more
is
minutes,
just
3 more minutes.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Fake AI. It's everywhere right now.
Well, and the boomers, not to be
They're eating it up. Yeah, we'll do that
But
next episode. Boomers.
they're the biggest group of people I see, especially on Facebook, that an obviously AI video or picture comes out and they just are gooning all over it. And it's like, you're the ones that told us not to believe everything we watched on TV or the internet, and now
Yeah.
you're the ones eating this shit up.
The goy slop.
But then you get the other side of that, and you get somebody who does a legitimately cool piece of art or does a really cool video, and then you have people in there saying it's AI, and it's like, that's disheartening too, because now we've got called AI on Mysterious Universe. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't care, but
you
it's
still
just,
watched
it's
it.
sad.
Whatever. I'll take your click.
It's just weird, dude. I always say it's the weirdest fucking timeline, but it's pretty interesting. It's entertaining.
It's a weird timeline we're in, man. And it just gets weirder by the day. It's like you said, there are 24-hour news networks and everything. Like, it's just manufactured outrage. It's almost like it's like peaking in a way, because how far are they going to push it to the point of kind of not really wanting us to use our guns because they're afraid because America's got so many fucking guns, but also maybe to the other side of that, maybe to get us to use our guns so they can say, see, we told you so, the violent people. But
Right.
it's like they're having to keep pushing the envelope every time. It's like a band has to keep coming out with the more risque album every time they put out the next one. It's
Right.
like every news cycle right now. Okay, the last one got their attention. Okay, now we got to go harder than that to keep it going. It's like a snowball. But that
It's like
snowball is eventually going to stop somewhere, and I'm
it's like the
hoping that's
corporate
people
yeah,
are waking up.
It's like the corporate model of infinite growth, and you got to keep your stockholders happy by
Bingo.
constantly increasing profit every year, and that can only go so far until you tank your fucking company because now you've fired like half your crew. So it's kind of the same thing with the media, where they have to constantly outdo themselves in ridiculous or over the top stories, and it's getting to the point where people like me, I'm just like, I'm not even participating in this anymore. It's so stupid.
Mhm.
Like, oh, did you hear about the newest fucking blah blah? No, I don't care. It's
Right.
gonna go away. Give it
Tune
a
it
week.
out.
It's gonna go away anyway. I don't care.
Tune it out. Listen, and that's the funny thing is like, they still live in this high horse fantasy land where they think they're the top dogs, but podcasts have taken over the world, and
Oh
there's more
yeah,
people that get their information and news from Jimmy Dore and Dave Smith and guys like that nowadays than
Tim
than
Dillon.
yeah, Tim Dillon, yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, that's the funny thing about it is because people can relate to the realness of the conversation. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
what we're doing right now, we're just bullshitting like two dudes drinking a couple beers. Like
Yeah.
we're just going with the flow of the conversation and it's honest. And that's what the people respect about podcasts versus, I'm not saying my show's that big or nothing, but I'm just saying like there are massive podcasts that are eating CNN and Fox News,
Oh
eating
yeah.
them alive, man. And
Yep.
it's actually it's awesome to see that like maybe our votes don't count in a way, but our voices can be heard if we turn a freaking laptop on with a microphone like Al Qaeda
Oh yeah.
style, you know?
And that's the double-edged sword though too, is that everybody with a phone or a laptop can basically have their voice heard, but then you get the shadow bans or whatever, the freedom of speech but not freedom of reach, as I
Yeah.
think Elon said. And it's like, so it still can be manipulated, but there's ways around it. And yeah, I think I can't remember who said it, but yeah, authenticity is going to be the new currency because everything's so fake and gay now that it's like, no, we want the authenticity, not this excuse me, not this scripted fucking CNN that nobody wants to see that anymore, except for the
Yeah,
boomers, and they're all going to be gone soon anyway. So
exactly. See, authentic. We didn't script that burp. That burp was from the
it just
heart. All right.
happened.
It just happened. We're just going with the flow. Joe, man, I hate to have to cut this show short, man. I feel like this was going to
No
be
worries,
really
dude.
good. It sucks trying to book episodes on call weeks with work, but
Oh
dude,
yeah,
let's text here later and figure out a time soon where we can do a part 2 of this and give these
yeah, for
people a
sure.
little teaser for the week. Well, Joe,
Definitely
tell
get to
everybody where they
work.
can find you. I know I got to get to work. Tell everybody where they can find
Uh,
you, and we'll do this again soon.
yeah, we do have a YouTube page, but it's pretty much video only right now because we haven't set up cameras or anything. But it's bread and butter is the audio feed, and you can sign up for the plus too over at mysteriousuniverse.org. And any podcast app, just search Mysterious Universe, you'll find it somewhere. So if you're interested in the extreme weird, and it's a great place to get away from politics or current events or anything. If you really want to like tune out of that shit, that's a good place to go to.
Right. Stop looking at the micro and look at the macro, the big weird shit of the universe and the world and the
Yeah.
mysterious. The stuff we'll never have answers to. Screw the talking heads. Well, hey, Stitt-Heads, love you guys. Sorry I had to cut this one short. I'll see you next time. Don't forget, we're out here putting the ass in classy, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.